All right, people. Quick video on DBHype and his Dragon Ball hype. I told you guys that I'm going to continue my rampage against these Dragon Ball content creators, and DBHype just put out a brand new video, and I decided that I want to check it out. Before we get to it, slap the buttons. Y'all know what we do around here. Like button, sub to the channel, leave some comments. If you're a whiny crybaby Dragon Ball fanboy, I'd love to hear from you. I need a good laugh today. And with that, let's do this. All right, people. Dragon Ball Hype, or DBHype, whatever you call itself, put out a video about Dragon Ball Super's return. They seem to be under this belief that they have to keep telling us that Dragon Ball Super's returning every time they get some kind of news. So they get a trailer or a snippet or a leak or something, they have to make a video reminding us, oh, Dragon Ball's returning. Look, guys, we know y'all a bunch of complete losers that have nothing going on in life. So you sit around waiting for any and all Dragon Ball news that you can find so that you have an excuse to make a video. We get it. Lucky for me, I like watching y'all dumb videos and making fun of them. So let's get into this one. See what old DBHype is talking about.
Well, other anime had a good run, but all that's over now. The king is back, and he's snatching the crown in spectacular fashion.
All right, I gotta start off from the jump. He ain't snatching nothing. This anime is not the king of anything. It never was. Even when it was in its heyday during Dragon Ball Z, it was a part of a big three. It wasn't the main anime. It wasn't the #1 anime. There were other anime it was competing with that turned out to be better and last longer. So this idea that Dragon Ball is some kind of king or the best anime is already BS. So typical hype video, because think about it, they're the only community that lives entirely off of hype. And this dude's channel name is DBHype. So I guess we could come to expect that.
As we all know, Dragon Ball Super recently announced its latest animated installment, the Galactic Patrol arc. But before it gets there...
Actually, no, it didn't announce it. It just said they were going to make it. But they didn't announce when it's coming. You guys could be getting it in 2030 for all you know.
The good people at Toei decided to bless us with a completely revamped, condensed version of the earlier parts of the story.
Okay, he just said they decided to bless us. This is the mentality that I'm trying to change in the Dragon Ball community. These people like him got y'all believing that it's perfectly okay and acceptable to keep getting crap from Toei, to keep getting replays and remakes and redos. Okay? It's not acceptable. This company has the money and resources and the time to put out brand new stuff. This guy wants you to think it's perfectly okay to just keep accepting reruns. But he said, blessed us. It's just, these guys are just, I tell you, man, to use a word like blessed is a hard sell. You're not blessed, you're cursed, because Dragon Ball is trash. And the fact is, this rerun is not going to do very well because everybody already knows how everything ends. Be different if it was brand new and you didn't know anything. But you're just gonna watch it for the glossy effects. Ooh, it's shinier.
Starting with Dragon Ball Super Beerus. Doing so not only
for the 5th time, by the way. 5th time we getting Beerus.
allows new fans to get on board quickly and seamlessly, but it also gives Toei the chance to fix Dragon Ball Super's earlier mistakes and deliver a product that's better than ever. But better how? Well, one look at the trailer ought to make that abundantly obvious.
It's not better. It's a rerun. It's a replay. All they do is update the graphics and make you think it's new. It's not new. They're just making it shinier and prettier, but that's it.
But first, I'll let the words of Dragon Ball's executive producer Akio Ioku whet your appetite. As Ioku explains, the series has been enhanced with new animation and story beats, as well as touch-ups to existing animation and a complete re-rendering of what was there before. This is done to achieve a story that is both visually superior to the first anime adaptation and whose story is more precise to Toriyama's. Toriyama's original story, of course, could refer to a few things. As we know, Akira Toriyama worked closely with both the manga and anime staff when creating Dragon Ball Super.
Who cares? They're gonna keep writing this man's name to the grave. We don't care. He gone. Can we move on? Can we do something else? Can there be something else? Please.
Considering both works to be continuations of his original manga. And before that, he wrote the entire script for the Battle of Gods movie, where Beerus was introduced. All things considered, it seems they're adapting the existing Super series to bring it closer to Battle of Gods, with new elements adding onto or replacing what was there before, perhaps with some influence to the manga. But the biggest change isn't the story, it's the animation. As Ioku explained,
oh, finally somebody admits it. The biggest changes to the story is the animation. See, they understand that if they make something visually stunning, that you idiot fanboys will just go, ooh, ah, shiny, and you don't think twice. They know and understand this. They know they don't have to put any actual work into anything, because you losers are just going to eat it up because it's pretty. Because it's shiny. And no one ever questions the fact that the story for Super is terrible. It's just a bunch of fights. It's just a bunch of dumb tournaments. That's it. And you guys will never question it because it's pretty.
Animation is constantly evolving, so they really wanted to go all out this time, using modern techniques to showcase just how terrifying, capricious, and powerful the God of Destruction really is.
After seeing him 5 times, what new thing are we going to learn about Beerus that we didn't already know?
With the official Dragon Ball website even describing the clash between him and Goku as cosmic and universe-shaking. Now on to the...
See, that's all these fanboys care about. They love hearing words like universe-shaking, because it reinforces this belief that Goku can beat anybody. It reinforces this belief that he's the strongest character ever. So they love hearing that stupid stuff. Most people could care less.
Trailer itself. First things first, we get this beautiful shot of Goku in all his Super Saiyan splendor, hovering above Earth and charging a dazzling Kamehameha.
Just listen to how he's describing this. Dazzling. I mean, he's using words I would never think to use for Dragon Ball. This stuff is complete and utter garbage.
Right away, we get to see an example of what Ioku was talking about when he said the animation was touched up, because this scene is actually taken from the 2015 version of Super. Putting the two shots side by side, there's no comparison. The new versions blows the old one out the water. The lines are thicker, the shading is way better, and the color palette itself is different.
So somebody went back into the room and redid their artwork, like any artist who draws something and then looks at it and realizes it could be better. So you telling me it took them this many years? Now, keep in mind, Dragon Ball Super ended in 2018. It took them this many years to just give y'all something y'all already seen already. Think about it. Think about it. It's 2026. All this time they wasted, they could have been creating something brand new. They wasted all these years replaying something you've already seen. This is how you know they have no respect whatsoever for your community.
For instance, you can see the Kamehameha is darker than before.
Only one community would accept this, and it's the Dragon Ball community.
for, as are Goku's clothes and hair. The plastic sheen that fans complained about is gone, with the new composition giving a flatter, more realistic look, if you will. Next, we get a couple of blink and you miss it destruction clips, frenetically stitched together. The quick pacing really helps set the imposing tone the series is going for. The shots themselves again appear to be taken from the original anime, such as the hourglasses blowing up on Beerus's planet to wake him up from his nap, Beerus blowing up the random dinosaur planet before he meets Goku, and Beerus blowing up half a planet because the meal they served him was too greasy. The scene then...
The fact that he could go through all this and talk about it like someone who's already seen it is hilarious, because he's someone who's already seen it. Just like you, just like me. We've all already seen it. And no matter how many times they remake it, we've seen it a bunch of times.
Fades into a shot of Beerus hovering in the sky, no doubt during Bulma's birthday. It seems we're going with the birthday cruise this time around, which is the same as 2015 Super, but different from Battle of Gods, since in the movie, the birthday took place at Bulma's house. Next, we get some more...
Just listen to that. Oh, we're going with the movie. Who cares where her birthday party took place? Oh, my bad. Hang on, guys. I didn't mean to do that. Hey, who cares what her birthday was? See, this is one of those things that irritates me about fanboys. They care about stupid stuff like Bulma's birthday. Who gives a care? I mean, she's a background character. I know they try to make her more prominent and try to make people care, but ultimately she's a background character. Matter of fact, everybody except Goku and Vegeta are pretty much background characters. I don't know why they go out of their way to care about this. Oh, Bulma's birthday party. Who cares? Who cares? Hang on a minute, y'all. There we go.
Are cool shots. Earth, Beerus in the sky, Beerus' first time meeting Goku on King Kai's planet. The color and shading here are top-notch. And so far, we don't see any of those ugly, off-model shots that plagued Super over a decade ago. Then we get...
I remember that episode that looked so horrible. And do you know most of these fanboys were still like, oh, it's great. It's funny that they only criticized it long after it was done. They waited till Super ended to criticize it. I criticized it while it was ongoing because I'm not afraid of my fans. These people were so afraid of their fans that they waited till Super ended. Then years later, they started complaining about it.
Get a couple eye shots. Super Saiyan God Goku and another Saiyan, probably Vegeta or Goku again, followed by Beerus, whose blank expression undercuts the malice with which he tells Goku, farewell, eternally. As Ioku points out, this adaptation is going to highlight...
Trying to sound edgy, this dude sounds like a girl. Okay, these Dragon Ball dudes, just like this dude, it's a reason why he hides himself, why he uses an avatar. Because all these dudes are phenoics. They all suckers. They all busters. That's why they hide themselves. These dudes couldn't get a date if they life depended on it. These dudes couldn't get a girl phone number if they life depended on it. All they have is this junk. That's it. And I know some of y'all get mad. That's not what I did. That's not what it's about. What's the point of coming on the internet making all this money if you don't get anything out of all this money? You got these gigantic anime channels. These dudes are raking in all this YouTube dollars, but they're sitting at home with their computer and Goku and nothing to show for it. Like, what's the point? So yeah, I do make fun of the fact that these dudes don't do anything with all this YouTube fame they've acquired. Look at Eobard, 42, lives alone, no wife, no kids. All he got is Goku. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make fun of that.
That it isn't all fun and games with Beerus. Next, we get a shot of Goku as a Super Saiyan rushing towards Beerus. The fight is still taking place on Earth for the moment, but soon enough they'll be in space, just like in 2015 Super. Again, as Anime Aj pointed out on Twitter, this shot and the one right after it seem to be touch-ups from episode 14. One thing that stands out is the purple energy behind Goku. It's reminiscent of the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, where the anime staff got very creative with their color selection, which made the fights look next level. Honestly, a a lot of the new and redone animation seems reminiscent of Broly. So far, Dragon Ball Super Beerus is looking great. The next shot, where Goku pushes Beerus into space, is simply amazing. The aura is so full of life and movement, not at all stiff like before. The shading and art are godly, and the way the water beads off Goku here is a brand new addition. The rest of the trailer is
he's sitting here bragging about stuff that other anime have been doing for 10 years. That's the funniest thing. It's like he's sitting there praising this, and this is stuff that other anime have figured out a long time ago. Other anime have been doing this forever. Dragon Ball finally figures it out, and now they want to act like it's next level. This is rudimentary level stuff. They should have been doing this stuff. There's honestly no reason why they still lagging behind everything else. And even with this new boost in the artwork, they still lagging behind other anime. Because they're just now catching up to what other people have been doing for 10 years. So they're still behind. Dragon Ball is woefully behind, and it always will be.
It's mostly just upgraded animation, showcasing how fluid and impactful.
He said it for me. Mostly just upgraded animation. No, that's all it is. That's all it is.
The fight feels with the new art direction. If it looks this good with just a trailer, I can't wait to see the full battle, especially since we know there's going to be more new content that they haven't shown us. But if you thought that was all, think again! After the Beerus trailer is over, we cut to yet another teaser, one promising a super brawl. If Beerus was heavy on the purple, this trailer is all green. It features our favorite evil space emperor, Frieza, regenerating inside a healing tank following his revival. This is the same as in Resurrection F and 2015 Super, since in both instances, Frieza was revived in pieces due to being sashimi'd by Trunks some years earlier. Once again, the visual quality is next level. Just look at how unsettling it is when Frieza regenerates.
How is that unsettling? It just looks like trash. I don't know why they use words like unsettling. They always got to try to hype it up. They always got to try to make it bigger and better than what it actually is. It's just a trailer, and there's no guarantee that it's gonna look like this or be like this when it actually come out. Trailers are snippets. You know, look at how many times we got fooled by Marvel with their trailers. So you don't know that this is what the final product is going to look like. You're just hoping and praying and guessing.
Say much, but the few words it does contain speak volumes. The most important thing to notice comes right at the end of the teaser, where Fall 2026 runs across the screen. This confirms that the Resurrection F arc will be coming out very shortly after the Beerus saga, and that fact itself helps us deduce a few things. For one, the Beerus arc will be rather short. If Beerus were 15 episodes like before, there's no way both arcs could come out in the same season. Instead, like Yoku said sometime before, Beerus is going to be a condensed version of the earlier anime, cutting out the unimportant bits. I imagine that we'll get the new story beats sometime in the beginning and middle of the anime, followed by a giant, multi-episode showdown between Beerus and the Super Saiyan God towards the end. Anime Aj mentioned 6 episodes each for Beerus and Resurrection F, and while unconfirmed, the number fits. Aj also said that Yamamoto retained his role as character designer, though beloved names such as Yuya Takahashi will contribute to the anime as well, alongside others. This makes sense, especially since Takahashi's work was present in the first Super adaptation.
They love spitting out these names of these Japanese people, but who cares? I'm just gonna be real. The typical fan does not know the names of the animators, nor do they care. They really don't. And every time they do this, it just makes me laugh. It's like, why do y'all waste time? It's almost like they just want us to hear them say Japanese words. No one cares. It's simple. Put the crap out so people can watch it. No one cares who drew whatever. I've never ever sat down and watched an anime and start asking, I wonder who drew this frame. Who gives a rip? Only you complete, utter loser nerds are the only ones that dig down that deep into some stuff. Everybody else just watch it. Just surface level, look at it and be done.
Perhaps later we'll see work from Shintani or Kubota, who was prominently involved in Daima. I believe that the 2 arcs releasing in fall means we can expect Beerus early in the season. Fall runs from September 22nd till December 21st, so early October is my guess for the Beerus release date. As I said before, Yoku mentioned that the story was changed this time around, but they didn't really show any of that in the trailer. They're probably saving it for the actual premiere, as they want the fans to be surprised. Still, we can speculate on what will be different between all the adaptations of Toriyama's work, both in Beerus and going forward. For one, I think or hope that the God absorbed into base situation will be clarified. In the original Battle of Gods movie, it's clear that neither base Goku nor his Super Saiyan form are as powerful as Super Saiyan God, hence why he transforms to Super Saiyan God to deflect Beerus' attack. But the anime has scenes that make it seem like he got stronger after the ritual wore off, which is one of the many calamitous parts of Super.
That's because it was terrible writing. I mean, how many times do we need to talk about the fact that Dragon Ball Super had some of the worst writing of any anime ever? See, the problem with only focusing on animation and how it looks, it leaves a lot to be desired when it comes to a story. People who actually are people that grew up as fans of Dragon Ball Z, we liked Z not just for the transformations and the animation, but the story was good too. With Dragon Ball Super, it's just power-ups, transformations, tournaments, stupid fights. There's no substance at all. There's nothing to grab onto. There's nothing to care about. And that's the thing that these fanboys never discuss. How many times have I looked at one of these videos and you never hear these people talk about the story? They never. All they do is focus on the animation. They never talk about the character development, the story development, none of that. It's always animation, animation, animation. They just keep pushing this on y'all, and y'all just keep accepting it.
Power scaling. Hopefully, the attention to accuracy this time around will bring the show back to Toriyama's original idea. And if the story is...
And they all pretend to care about Toriyama's original idea. But these people are the same ones that steal his copyrighted material, plagiarize it, and use it for views on their channels. These people are a joke, man. They dishonor this man at every turn, but they swear up and down they care about his original vision.
Changing? What changes lie in store for arcs like Frieza, Goku Black, and the Tournament of Power? But the biggest discrepancy will be to see how Dragon Ball Super Superhero fits into things. If you aren't aware, the Galactic Patrol arc of the manga came out before the superhero movie. At the time, both seemed to be presented as direct sequels to the Broly movie, but Toyotaro would later adapt Superhero 2 arcs after the Galactic Patrol story of the manga. So we have to wonder how this change in timeline placement will be reflected going forward. Will the anime take the manga's timeline, or will it make its own, with Moro happening after Cell Max? That's all.
We don't care. That's the ultimate answer. We don't care. Look, just put the crap out and let us judge it. And I'm gonna judge it harshly, like I always do. Because trash is trash. It's trash. And it don't matter. It's trash. Anyways, that's my video for today. Like I told you guys, I'm focusing on making videos for a little while. I've been doing too much live streaming, and I feel like I need to start posting videos to try to build up more audience retention. Videos help you get subs a lot easier than live streams do. So it is what it is. I'm still going to be streaming, just I'm not going to be streaming every single day like I was. I feel like a couple streams a week is plenty. I'm going to try to, be like a normal channel for a little while. Also, update for the website. My website has hit its storage limit. That's why I haven't been posting on there. I have to go on there and I got to remove, I don't know, maybe 40 or 50 streams and videos so that I have enough storage space on there to put new stuff. I'm thinking about reactivating my Subscribe Star account and putting them on there, the ones that I take off the website, so people can still see them if they want. I don't know. I'll try to figure out something, but right now I gotta take them off because it's just they're using up too much space on the website. and some of them are like 1-2 hours long, and that just eats up a lot of storage. And honestly, I don't want to pay more money for bigger storage when I don't have that many people on the website. The website mostly is just a vanity thing, really. You know, it's maybe 20 or 30 people sub to it. It's just like for the hardcore NBA fans, pretty much. So I'm not finna be spending thousands of dollars on servers and all that stuff when there are cheaper options. I can just simply delete old stuff that people not looking at anymore. So I will give y'all another update on it when I stream the end of the week, but I just want to tell y'all what was up. Anyways, let me get this posted and I'll catch up with y'all later.